Did somebody ask a question?
Yes, I did. Could you speak a little bit about the ablution?
Ablution?
The cleansing, I guess.
Okay, good point about the prayer. There is a water cleansing, ablution. I hate that word. I don't know where that comes from, ablution, ritual ablutions. It's a Latin word, but I just don't like it. It's Catholic, do you think? Is it?
It's used in the Catholic Church.
It is, isn't it? Yeah, I think that's where they got. It's always bothered me, that word. I just don't like the way it sounds. It sounds like something bad. Ablution. Brother, do your ablutions, right? There is a water purification, a ritual purification with water before you pray. You should use a small amount of water. It's not meant to waste water. It's actually encouraged to use a small amount. And it's basically a washing of the face, the arms up to the elbows, a wiping of the head, not a washing, just a light wiping, and then cleansing of the feet. And the idea is to enter into a ritual state. All religious traditions have this idea of entering into a ritual state of purity before you go into the divine space. And that's the idea there. And the proof that it is ritual and not related to actual physical type, although it does have physical qualities, is that you can use earth to do it in the absence of water. So you use the earth. The Prophet Muhammad said that the earth was given to my community as a place of worship, the entire earth, that we can worship anywhere on the earth, and as a purification, that the earth is seen as a source of purification. And the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said in a tradition related by Tabarani, he said, beware of your mother, the earth, that you should transgress or oppress her, because she will bear witness against all of those who have transgressed against her. And there is an idea in the Islamic tradition, literally the Prophet Muhammad said that the entire earth is raised up on the Yawm al-Qiyamah, on the Day of Judgment, and will bear witness. And the Prophet Muhammad said that rocks will bear witness, that trees will bear witness, that rivers will bear witness against those who did harm to them without just cause. Right?
Is there a tradition of ritual cleansing for women after their menstrual cycle?
There is. Like in the Jewish tradition, yeah. A woman is considered ritually impure during the menstrual cycle, and she does not pray during that period, right? Because that is a cleansing time. She does not pray during that period. She's absolved from the prayer, and there's no stigma related to it. In fact, the Prophet Muhammad, because in some of the Orthodox Jewish tradition, the woman is, the man stays away. Yeah, she's separate. The Prophet knew, because there were Jews living in Medina, and he wanted to break that tradition, and it's recorded that he recited the Quran while on the lap of his wife Aisha while she was menstruating. And he was letting people know that there's nothing wrong with the woman during that time. It's just a period of personal purification, and it does not extend beyond her. She can cook. Like she's allowed to cook during that time. She's allowed to, in fact, even foreplay is allowed during that time between a male and a female. But the Prophet said, avoid what is between the belly button and the knee. In other words, because that's a time when it's prohibited for actual sexual intercourse. But the Prophet said that is a time when male and female could have like foreplay, sexual foreplay, with the exclusion of intercourse only. So, any questions now, just about all that's transpired?
Was there a number of times, repetitions for the ablutions?
Good, yeah. 3 is encouraged. 1 is what's obligatory, and 3 is encouraged. No more than 3. It would be discouraged after.
Is there anything to the notion that certain sects wash their hands from the hands to the elbow and others from the elbow?
No. One way. There's one way to do it, which is down like that. I mean, pretty much all the schools are the same on the wudu and the prayer. The prayer, there's some difference, like Maliki, a school prays with the hands at the side, and also the Shia pray with their hands at the side. The other schools pray with the hands here or here, some up here. So you're going to get slight variations, but the basic movements are the same. And some will move their finger to concentrate in the last part of the prayer, and some won't.
Do they do the left hand first and then the right hand?
Right hand, always right to left. In the Muslim tradition, left, it's cosmological. Left, I mean, in Latin, sinistra is left, right? There's always this idea that left is kind of sinister. It's the bad side. In the Muslim tradition, it's not like that. There's not a stigma like that about left hand. Like in Europe, there was a stigma related to being left-handed. And people, I mean, my mother she went to Catholic schools. She was left-handed. She got the ruler until she learned to write with her right hand, which now we know is actually damages. That's one of the things that some people think are result in learning disabilities and things like that, because there's a confusion that takes place in the body as a result of that. But in the Muslim tradition, there's no stigmatism related. Like, I'm left-handed. Omar ibn al-Khattab he wrote with his left hand. There's no stigmatism attached to that. But people are supposed to eat with their right hand. The left hand is used for cleaning, like the urine and cleaning the feces. Right? So the right hand that's why you would never shake with your left hand. You would always shake with your right hand. So in Muslim cultures, the right hand is very important. And one of the reasons that the thief loses the right hand is it's when they break there's a deep breach of the social contract when a human being steals from another human being. And there is literally a severing from the society that takes place. So to lose the right hand is a very traumatic experience in the Muslim culture.
Is there any linguistic parallel between the right hand, the word right, and the word law, as there is in a number of them?
Absolutely, yeah. Right, yameen, means, it's like an oath is called swearing, a yameen, right. I swear that this is true. You're swearing with the right. And also, yuman is a good omen. And sha'am, which is related to the left, is a bad omen. So there is a cosmology involved in it. And also the idea in classical cosmology, which is Indo-European as well as Chinese. In the Chinese cosmology, the south is yang, which is over, and the north is yin, which is under. The same in the Indic, the Dravidian culture and the Indic cultures, that the word for south is in Sanskrit relates to over or above, and the word for north is under. And classically, maps were generally put the south on the top. And you will notice out there that Al-Idrisi's map puts Africa on the top and Europe on the bottom. There was a switch with the European cartographers when they kind of realized that there's some philosophical implications here, being under or inferior as opposed to being over and superior, and they literally switched the maps around. But the book that a lot of European cartography was based upon was the Book of Roger, which was done by Al-Idrisi for the Sicilian king of Sicily, Roger, and he had his maps with the south on the top, which is related to facing the east in the morning. So the back is called Gharb, or the unknown, which is west. The east is called the Mashriq, or facing the radiance of the sun. The south is called the right, like Yemen means the right. It's also the southernmost place in the Arabian Peninsula. And Shamal is from north, which is from Shimal, which means left. So north is considered left to the human body. In terms of, this is cosmological, in terms of cosmology. So the north would be under the south. And the Muslims traditionally did their astrolabes with the south the projection was from the south, looking up to the sky.